how can I get guidance? I didn't know anyone who was a writer. Nobody in my family was writers. They were all factory workers. So I got out the books that one always looks at, and it says, write about a popular theme. And I thought about the popular themes that I knew, and I don't want to write about any of that stuff. That's not what I'm interested in. So, so I have been guided by my muse. And just recently, a friend of ours said, you know, they offered us a theme to write on. So I'm going to share this with you. I did something that I'd never written before. I wrote a caper poem. So this is about the great garlic heist. Oh my God. The great garlic heist. You are a notorious master thief, and you've been tasked with stealing the world's most expensive garlic bulb, worth a veritable fortune. I am reeling. O thou noble bulb, whose possession I desire near as dear as love. Oh, to possess thee I would dare any crime, to hold thee, squeeze thee now and in eternal time. Oh, thou precious bulb, I desire thee so completely, each clove before my nose doth dance. Your perfume doth my very soul entrance. I chased you across yon merry world, that I might in my loving arms enfold. Though copious volumes of history hath laid thy tracks, in health, wealth, marriage, miscarriage, have borne thee, noble garlic, up to the max. And when summoned by ancient healers to do thy best, from Chinese to Greek, the healers will attest, I must have thee. I've got special handmade box. It rests there in my Chester drawers beneath my socks. And though I have oft purloined both gems and gold from treasure chest and from dowager boudoir bold, across the continents and in far fair sin, I've made my way from treasure house to castle gemmed storehouse inn, to dip my hands and steal away their treasures in fail or foulest weather. Say, but this great garlic heist challenges my fame, and upon it I will hazard all my reputed skills to gain, and add thus to my treasury this famed bulb, and that I will on thy sweety toes to gently rub, as is known by the ancients to charm full love, and as greatest love is known and shown, the illuminated seldom sated, the mighty munificent good gods above, and when once upon her toes is placed, the famed inflamed juices do I in secret embrace, gently place. Sure, her heart will soar, her eyes will gleam, and will appear unto her in my true sphere the very godlike creature of her dreams. And then upon my lips she will give to me the fated kisses arrive, so that all the ruddy droplets of my heart will soar and charm. No jive. But I have researched and studied careful, were it guarded by a dozen baleful mercenaries in the closest chief of surgery, I will in fact spirit it off with the utmost urgency. 'Twill be enough. Through my confederates back in my lair, those who are yet free, and those who are still recently escaped from jail, they've urged me, once my hands have snatched the glorious bulb, in point of fact, that all men desire, and women too, they've urged me, surged me, wouldn't you? If I must have it, as is my habit, at least break the darned thing in two, that all my men might prosper when I grab it. If only then, when they behold the brightest bulb in the dreams of old, the tiniest part from this dangerous theft, the purloining of garlic's highest even cleft, and in 1/10 part would make their fortunes, I tossed it off with my cold, heartless remorselessness of a stern-faced surgeon. I will have this precious bulb to rub on the toes of my lady love, though just a cent is worth a ton of gold, but more precious to my heart, this dearly darling there beyond any bargaining. Thus I will, it shall not be sold. So upon the museum roof I stealthily slip the greedy bonds of earth, and though guarded by 10 troops of guards for all their worth, I, invisible, seeming, scheming heedlessly, I make my way. Even a false step on the loose and slipping roof tile cannot block my way. Then a random flare shot high above to discourage any seeker with little nerve and lesser love. Making my way to the chimney shade, I affixed my cables, and toward the skylight made my stealthy path. I had to last until return from my wanderings, with my bulbous beauty in hand, and make my way steadily, stealthily past. Once I slipped between the skylight and the ceiling. I could see exactly upon what kind of dangerous mission I was unreeling, but with a mighty pole star of my mission, neither hesitant nor racked with indecision, in seconds I dropped to the museum's marble floor, and in a moment dispatched the heavily armed guards, one by one, all four, and as they fell they laid asunder. No longer at their duty, I swore I'd have the glorious garlic, no matter how great the number. I'll have it, as is my tonic. As Pliny said, the Egyptians revered it and swore it on their oaths, as the gods would hear it. And when Moses took his people on a stroll, it was the lack of garlic that was so oft lamented, and it took its toll until Jehovah relented. Garlic was placed at the crossroads by the Greeks, so the goddess Hecate for protection against demons and for childhood's relief. Greek soldiers would dine on copious amounts of garlic afore their battles, so as the ancients were known on and on to prattle. The Koreans ate garlic for protection from tigers, and who am I in these days and times to deny this? I would bathe and laze about on my lady's toe and swear mightily lustily, nowhere else would it go. They might offer pounds or rubles, they might even offer to excise the largest, even ever so troublesome, one say benign tumor. And although marks and francs they might pile so high, but not for me, I pined instead for my lady's breathless sigh, as she turns her pretty head. Oh, I inscribed on the bright glass case, and with a dashing quick stroke I extracted the golden garlic bulb and replaced with a mimic, a mock one, made of biodegradable hemp and plastic, with my holographic signature to mock them with a moniker Rick. With no chance for error, I slipped right beside the rooftop skylight, and since the gods were with me, I got it just right. No need for terror. By now the alarm had been raised, and by some chance a passing cabby made a quick stop outside the museum, which gave me just the opportunity that I needed to save me. One more close shave the garlic gods did offer, and then this kiss the romantic topper. And as Homer reported, Ulysses owed his escape to from Circe to the yellow garlic. I quick returned to my lady's bed and treated her just right. A nice trick. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you, my friend. Wow. I'm going to have to revive my poem, The Madawaska Pizza Emergency, to go with your heist. And let me just quote some of this. I love this part especially. Though I have oft purloined both gems and gold from treasure chests and from dowager's boudoir, bold across the continent and in fair Sind, I've made my way from treasure house to castle, Demet storehouse, and on. And it's glorious what you do with these tapestries of exquisite language in your very own style, your very own manner. Okay. Well, I'm going to close off the show with a triplet, a triptych of short poems about blue, which, as I said once or twice before, almost all my poems occur at dusk. And so I have Blue on Blue. It's even the name of one of my songs. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. We'll see what the scene is that shall be seen. Okay, so I saw the letter I in blue. Now you be the judge. My ex-wife said this poem was bad because it didn't have a touch of human pain and sorrow, but I like it nonetheless. It's referring to a painting by I'll remember at the end. I saw the letter I in blue that blurs the blocks of sidewalks and coats the skin of buildings in tones found nowhere else but later skies, punctuated by lit green signs, their loveliness the lesser part of the pursuit of stillness. Twilight, Palette, there is emptiness alive in these grasses' green flames. My shame for being strange and commonplace, frantically burying, multiplying mistakes. Strong presence contemplates absence. I witness stillness in the multifoliate face of curtained windows. Silences awaken, clear in the cloud world overhead. Brow of a deity who desires reality. In a world formed from one color, I lost my name to letters scattered on the sentient street. I saw the letter I in blue. It's a Demuth painting. I saw the figure five in red. Okay. Broad magnetic clouds attempt to touch these metal rooftops. I prepare myself for luminous darkness, distance, silence. From my monastic cell of glass and stained wood, Dusk draws to a close. These eyes release lightning thoughts. Ragged road to now here, nowhere, where I stand lost in thought. Will I ever arrive? Can I face my own false face before frankincense, incense, being conscious bliss? Led through memory yellowed window fireplaces, always walking in the past, where what matters becomes food for the god of forgetfulness. The eager future passes time. I will never let my eyes turn to concrete. Your eyes are in every window pane, as a flame's deep blue iris, the reflection of a street lamp in globes of rain on an unpeopled bench, red neon trapezoid to announce a tobacco lotto bar, green figure of a walking man signaling the thrill of free will to cross a street on the stage of the spoken world. Your eyes, the immeasurable heaviness of knowing, and the mystical stillness of a pool of sidewalk water before a florist's door. Your eyes, brick red lights, alert me to oncoming trains, drawing kindness from boundless wells. Your eyes, the unknown source of solitude. I murmur in your ear every secret you know, you know? And lastly, and these are, of course, all from Paris. Wordless shifts, you can tell by the names and all that. Wordless shifts of light, but also the street signs of pharmacy. Pharmacies. Their signs are lit green, and so is the figure of a walking man that signals crossing the street. Wordless shifts of light. Along the length of Boulevard Haussmann, 7-story buildings stand aligned like rows of flowering plants astride the doors of florists. Twilight cannot alter their proud facades. Windows lit in golden hues stare in endless solitude. It must be Sunday. Ceaseless drizzle in the air as skies revolve around my head, making cobalt statements to those who hear. Underneath my feet, reflective streams hold more of this scene than I ever will. What daylight cannot reveal appears here in full form. Silent buildings await the brush of soft eyes over beige bricks. I am almost still. My mind moves, inhales changes, in blurred vision, blue renewal. I am not just God's puppet. I follow wordless shifts of light. All right. And the band played on.
Wow.
Poems I've been revising for 10 years. I hope they turned out all right. All
Talking
right.
of
Well,
mentioning God, Rick, white-haired God feature suddenly appeared on full screen.
nice.
That's right.
Oh, that's funny. Wow. Yes. I saw the face of God in blue. All right. Well, thanks everybody for
Thank
joining
you.
in and being here and giving the gift of your words and your presence. Thanks for your coffee kindness. Thanks again to Rick for your list work. It's very hard to do so. And so I appreciate that. Thanks to Rorschach, as always, my fellow co-host, as we are the three amigos. And have a great whatever you're doing next. Bon continuation. Thanks a million. Take good care. And
Thank you, everyone.
and thank you, Andy N. I'm sorry. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
David, as well, mate. I'll see you other people. Tremendous stuff tonight.
Merci tout le
Awesome.
monde.
Awesome. Yes.
Thank
Take care. Thank you.